breakfast, getting my morning coffee so I can be charged up, because without coffee, where would any of us be in life? I want to get into like starting to prepare for actually meeting my birth mother. So I'm going to be writing on the back of all of these different photos that I have that I'm going to be passing out. I'm going to be journaling, collecting some of my thoughts, also working on a blog post that I want to write about El Salvador. It's so interesting when you're traveling, like some of the people you meet and the headspace that you're in, the mindset. I do find that after a certain number of days, I get a little bit like, wow, like I can't believe it. It feels like it's been like a month, or it feels like it's been more than just 5 days. But really, it's only been a couple of days. Travel is something that for my life I've been wanting to do more of, and I haven't because of business stuff. You know, I've been too focused, I've been too just honed in on setting up my business and growing that, but I want to do more travel things. That's really something I want to do more of, at least twice a year, ideally 3 or 4 times if I can. I think financially I can do it. It's just more of like, whew, you know, like relaxing, be like, it's okay, you can travel, you have this budget set aside, you can take 10 days off of work, it's all right. You know, kind of talking myself into it, because I was in the hustling and grinding mode for just so long in my life that it's kind of like scary to take your hands off the wheel for a little bit in business and just kind of relax for a little bit. So I'm kind of easing back into that, and hopefully this year I'll do a little bit more traveling also.
Me llamo Liz.
¿Qué es tu parte favorito de este país?
Me gusta mucho el lago de Coatepeque y Catedral de Santa Ana.
¿Qué piensas que es tu comida favorita en el país?
Pupusas.
¿Pupusas?
Sí.
¿Pupusa con revuelto o queso?
Queso con loroco.
Y mi final question, ¿qué se puede o viajar a un otro país o en todo el mundo? ¿Qué quieres viajar?
Un país en todo, solo uno.
En todo el mundo, un solo país.
Es una pregunta muy difícil. Me gustaría conocer muchos países.
So I just met Sam here. He's been traveling for freaking 10 months all throughout El Salvador, Guatemala, like Latin America. When it comes to El Salvador, what's been like your favorite part of the country that you like most?
In terms of nature, I feel like El Salvador is, for me, not as enjoyable as some of the other places in South America, because it's hard to do things without like police officers or military officers.
The security aspect.
Right, there's not a lot of freedom, whereas if you're traveling in Ecuador, Peru, whatever, and you just choose a mountain and go.
Totally, yeah.
So I think for me it's more the people, it's the friendliness. Julio's been incredible, like he took me to go play soccer with him the other night.
Getting to know like the local culture a little bit.
Eating pupusa, going to bars, stuff like that, just talking to locals. Yeah, it's just been a fantastic, really friendly, welcoming country.
Has your Spanish been holding up?
Like, yeah, I mean I speak fluently, so I mean it makes it a lot easier to meet locals and get to know them and things like that.
So if someone's thinking of traveling to Latin America, you've been around for a bunch of different countries. For a beginner, who would you recommend, or which country would you recommend sort of to go?
I think in terms of the most beginner friendly is probably Peru.
Okay.
Just in terms of tourist infrastructure around Machu Picchu, tourist infrastructure in Cusco, as well as great hiking in Juarez and other places around that. If you're looking to push yourself a little more, Colombia is my favorite country to travel in South America. I think it has somewhat of a negative reputation depending on who you speak to, because of the way that like the narcotraficantes have been popularized in American media. But to travel there now, it's totally different than 10, 15 years ago. I felt totally safe as a solo traveler there. I spent months and months there just traveling around. I absolutely loved it. So.
Awesome, man. Thanks for sharing some tips.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is Sarah. So where are you from? Which country are you from?
England.
Okay, and how long have you been traveling here in El Salvador?
About a week. Yeah, a week and a half.
Of your time here, what's been your favorite part of the trip, or that you liked most about El Salvador?
Quite liked the beach in El Tunco, not El Tunco, the one next to it.
Yeah, there's like that big rock there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Where else are you traveling in your trip, and like how many more?
months left. Go to Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama.
Okay, so you did something really cool where like you literally left your job and just started to like travel because you're a nurse, right?
Yeah.
So for other people out there that are thinking of doing that, like, are you glad you like took that leap and did that, or like, it was really nerve-wracking? I imagine, like, nervous to do that.
Yeah, it was. I decided in November that I was gonna quit my job, but then my boss found out I was only going for a certain amount of time, so he gave me unpaid leave. So I would recommend that.
And this is Megan. She looks very beautiful. Has all the new
Braid
that she's made. So she also lives in the United States, has been traveling through El Salvador, and also I think
I started in Belize and went through Belize and then Guatemala and then down to El Salvador.
particularly in this country, what have you liked most, or like what has stood out to you?
I mean, I really like the city a lot. As far as all the places I've traveled so far, I loved Antigua and Guatemala, but the culture here, there's a lot more culture here versus in Antigua, it was more geared towards tourism.
Okay.
So the level of culture that you're going to find here versus in a place like Antigua is, just night and day difference. We started in El Tunco because I had gone from Guatemala down on a shuttle, very long, hot, bumpy shuttle ride.
How long is that? Jeez.
Oh my goodness. From Guatemala down to El Tunco, it was like a 6-hour shuttle ride, but that included the border crossing, and then we had a couple hiccups because we had a couple Chinese girls on the bus, and so there's some different stuff as far as like getting across the border with their passports, and it was
that's being a trooper though. Like,
there was no aircon on that shuttle.
Jeez.
No aircon.
Oh my god. What made you want to get out of the States and like go to these different places? Like, what are you doing? Yeah.
A bit of a quarter-life crisis. I kind of realized.
Me too.
I realized I was not in the place that I needed to be, and I had made some decisions that did not reflect who I was as a person, and that kind of, I woke up and kind of realized, hey, I need to see the world, I need to do something for myself.
Yeah.
And so quit my job and bought a one-way plane ticket.
Sweet. I think too, like when you're traveling, you actually get to know yourself so much better.
On a completely different level. You're so out of your element that it just, you learn a side of you that you didn't know existed.
Totally. You also get to meet like really cool people. I met a lot of interesting people that are traveling for like different reasons, whether it's to find themselves, whether it's to find somewhere they want to live, like they want to do the expat thing, or some people just kind of experience the culture, so it's been really cool.
Yeah.
You're going to be traveling to Santa Ana. I want to give you a few tips here for getting used to the city. It's a very small city, and you should know that you should be in sort of I guess the center section where you have like more of the tourist kind of stuff. You have more of the different restaurants here that are catered to that. It's going to be a lot safer because there are some not so safe sections of Santa Ana, and that is the first tip, that you should be aware of where you're going, where your hostel is. It's not always going to be super delineated or like super marked up your hostel, so try and know the cross street as well. It's going to help with getting there. If you want to see cool stuff, not just the normal get off the beaten path, you have to be willing to network a little bit. So you have to kind of go out and you have to talk to some people, maybe with your hostel, see what are some of the places you can go that are safe during the daytime, but maybe not as much at night. And that way you can sort of get off the beaten path. You can see really cool stuff like this. Like you can see an old school and the ruins there. And by talking with some people, even just seeing if like other Americans or other people that are traveling are going, you can in that way go and see some cool stuff that maybe you wouldn't normally. So I think that's a really good tip. But I'll include a link to the hostel that I recommended down below. Also some more information about if you're looking to go and travel to Santa Ana, some of the other stuff that you can do. So if you've been liking these videos, some of the stuff that I've been doing, some of the stuff I've been showing you on my trip to El Salvador, and also some of the travel tips and advice, I would love it if you could take a second to subscribe to this YouTube channel. That way I know that you're liking the content. I can put out more like this. Give me a thumbs up. And also, if you have any questions, just let me know. Leave a comment down below. I can be happy to answer them. If I want to go more in detail, I'll go do another video on that, my experience with El Salvador, but also the places I've gone, the resources that I've found, the hostels, all that kind of stuff. Would really invite invite any questions from you if you are interested. I'm here to be helpful, and I want more people to come to this country because, like me, I think many people out there, quite frankly, like, we just feel so much danger, a sense of danger coming here. So I kind of want to change the perception a little bit. While yes, there are very, very dangerous parts of this country, at the same time, I'm fine here. I haven't had any negative experiences. So I think the perception really does need to change in the next 10, the next 20 years. It's a lot of fun. It's exhilarating. It's also really scary. You can see here, so all here is like really warm water. Then it gets a bit colder down by like the stream here. But yeah, it's just like a lot of fun. I haven't gone cliff jumping in like a really long time. Probably has actually been like years, quite honestly. So it's a lot of fun. And I really recommend anyone to go and check it out if you do come to this area. So there's a beautiful waterfall behind me. It's peaceful, it's very tranquil here. Gotta admit, like, I've been missing out on this kind of a lifestyle. While I do run a blog and I can work from anywhere, I just don't do this kind of stuff enough. I think a lot of people out there might want to trade what they do, a 9 to 5, for something like what I do. And that's what I teach also, like with my book, with my blog, I also teach people, if you want to set up a lifestyle like this, how do you do that? You know, how do you actually have a blog that gets consistent traffic, that makes you money? I talk about you know, all of that on my website, my book. I'll include links down below if you are interested. A lot of this trip, coming here to San Salvador, El Salvador, El Truco, Santa Ana, and tomorrow, or very soon, going to the actual place where my birth mother is from. A lot of that has come from wanting to actually explore these other areas of myself and wanting to push myself outside of my comfort zone and really get to know other sides of who I am, meet other travelers along the way, and discover who I am and what part of me is in this place in El Salvador. This trip is with the hostel that I'm staying at. Probably like I'd say 30-minute drive from the hostel where I'm at in Santa Ana. So this is a place you can come if you want to. You definitely need your own car. You need someone to take you.